Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. I was making this video because I was watching some news this morning. It was like the end of the ceasefire, and everybody here in the Middle East is kind of curious as to what's going to happen. And Trump decided to hold the ceasefire while they continued the talks, which I'm glad to see. Right, I think we're all glad to see that we have an opportunity to continue these discussions, and hopefully the sides are able to find peace. It also reminds me of a part of the history from the Muslims, from Islam, called the Treaty of Hudaybiyah. And during this treaty, the believers were on their way to do what is called Umrah, the lesser pilgrimage in Mecca. And they got stopped. They were coming from Medina to Mecca. They got stopped just outside of Mecca. It was Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and about 14 of his companions. And the pagan Meccans stopped them in a place called Hudaybiyah. Now, there could have been a battle. They could have ended up fighting. But instead, they made a treaty for peace. And it seems like at the time, the Muslims took the short end of the stick in this treaty, that the advantage was given to the Meccans, to the pagans. A lot of people weren't happy about it at the time, but then God revealed a chapter of the Qur'an called Al-Fath, or the victory. And the first verse of this translates to, "Indeed, we have granted you a clear victory, O Prophet." And so while the people didn't quite understand what the victory was, they knew that by making peace, that this has led to what's better for them. And then about 2 years after this treaty, one of the allies of the pagans from Mecca broke the treaty. They attacked some of the Muslims, some of the allies of the Muslims. And so the treaty was over. But these 2 years that it happened was very instrumental for the Muslims to get their message out, for them to grow their community. And then when they went to Mecca after this, it was basically relinquished without any fighting. I mean, a little bit of skirmishes at the beginning, but that was it. And most of the people in Mecca converted to Islam, right? So, eventually they did see the clear victory, right, that was granted to them. And I think that this is important that we remember, if you call yourself a believer, that sometimes peace is more important than winning the negotiation. Hopefully this is something that the people that are out there getting ready for these negotiations, hopefully the negotiations happen, and that those that call themselves believers remember this in the negotiations, because peace is preferable to God. And inshallah, shout out to Anne Hathaway.